Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at this plant. It has a pretty pots, but the plant seems like it's already running out of patience to grow. And now, let's take a look at this one. Even though the festal is not as pretty as this one, but the plant looks so fresh and still got a lot of patience to grow and thrive. So, what is the difference between these two plants, ladies and gentlemen? Now, let's take a look at this one. Even though the pot is not as pretty as this one, but this plant receiving a lot of things needed to grow and thrive, obviously. While this one, even though the pot is really beautiful and pretty, but it won't help what's going on inside. Same like us human, ladies and gentlemen. There's this one who has this standard appearance but has a golden heart. And while the other one, there's this human who has an amazing appearance but has a heart as cold as an ice cube. Now, it's depend on you guys, ladies and gentlemen, whether you will be the one with the golden heart or you will be the one with an ice cube heart. Well, before we go to our main topic, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Sulthan Putra Sukma and I come from Vocational High School of Globalité Denpasar. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my speech. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with an analogy. The person with disabilities is like a bird in a cage, where the bird is the person itself and the cage is their disability. The person with disabilities cannot move or cannot doing their activity as freely as they should, just like a bird that's being limited its movement by the cage. A lot of bad stigma appear toward them in many ways. They are having a hard time at school because many people bully them, and also it's really hard for them to get a proper job, knowing that most company nowadays is judging based on how you look physically and considering the skill possessed by the person with disabilities, ladies and gentlemen. With that alone, our society has abandoned one's right. Don't you know, ladies and gentlemen, that person with disabilities right has been confirmed in our constitution? It states in Constitution number 8 in 2016 at section 20, 21, and 28H of Article 1, 2, 4, and 5. Now it's quite surprising that lawbreaker is not end up in the jail, right? Okay, just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to the topic. So yeah, we have to respect the rights of persons with disabilities. We have to treat them equally like we treat the other human without the disability. Because it's not their fault if they are born with disability. It's not their fault if their mom is consuming drugs. It's not their fault if they get in an accident and injured permanently from that. They are humans who can also feel and have emotions too. And the other thing I want to point out on this occasion is that the person with disability also have their own specialty and have the same potential to contribute for a better humankind. Now let's take an example from Stephen Hawking. Yes, who doesn't know about him, the most popular scientist who also suffered from sclerosis, lateral amyotrophy, which caused his body to get paralyzed over time. Now let's considering the disability that he possessed, and now let's see the bright side, where he stands right there, side by side with the person who brings a huge impact to the world. That alone is enough as a proof that person with disability has the same potential and has the same chance to contribute for a better world. So what is the solution to fight the inequalities that persons with disabilities face, ladies and gentlemen? Well, the solution is very simple. They are the first in educational way. So this solution is really depend on the parents, because the parents have to lead their kids to go to the specific school for the person with disabilities, where in that school, their kids could maximize their potential without being worries or even no worries at all towards the bully that person with disabilities could get if they were going to the public school. The second one is in workspace. Yeah, this solution is really depend on the boss, because we all know that persons with the disabilities have something they lack of, and it's very sensitive for them if they are working in a team that has a target to achieve. Yes, once the target is not achieved, then the person with disabilities will be the spotlight of all the shame, and they will only be the vessel for their teammate injuries. So the best possible way to avoid this kind of thing to happen is that the boss have to give the person with disabilities the job desk where they can get it done without the team help. The third or the last solution is in society, ladies and gentlemen. So in this last solution is really depend on our own awareness supported by the government who has been urged to amplify the 18 national characters. Many schools nowadays already implemented this kind of program in hope that they can minimize the amount of kids who have a bad attitude. The parents' role is also play a huge or big role in this one because their kids' character is depend on how they teach them when they were still a toddler. So with a really good knowledge the kids nowadays get from school and also equipped with 18 national characters, the amount of inequalities towards the person with disabilities can be minimized. So those three are my solutions on how to minimize the inequalities that person with disabilities face. So maybe one of you wondering, why do I say minimize instead of get rid in my solutions? Well, it's because it's really impossible to 100% implement my solutions in real life. But instead of doing nothing and let all of that bad stereotype come over and over again toward the person with disabilities, I want to stand here and share my opinion and my thought on how we can live harmony in diversity. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching and don't forget to look after your plan because your plan is your character. I'm Sultan and see you guys later. Bye!